Oh, hello. I'm so hyped. So interesting. One of them, a lone assassin, risks discovery to seek revenge. A powerful few learn to use the Force in secret. That's not necessarily Sith, is it? A powerful few. Few. Not couple, not two, which would be Sith, right? It implies that they're just dark side Force users. Not even dark side, to be fair. It just says dark corners of the galaxy. Interesting. It's interesting because it leaves it open to, they can kind of do what they want with that. It's probably not how you say that.
Where's your Jedi?
So interesting. Where's your Jedi? You know, they're like, there's always one on a planet. Even in the prequels, when there's thousands of Jedi, we only really saw one specific. We saw Coruscant, right, in their temple. And obviously we focused on very specific Jedi, but we didn't really get how it was throughout the galaxy, what their presence was like.
Master Indara.
Hello, hello.
We have unfinished business.
Okay, we're about to fight, huh?
Attack me with all your strength.
I like her.
I appreciate your courage, young warrior. I have no quarrel with you.
Peacekeepers.
Jedi do not attack the unarmed.
Different time in it.
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Tell me. What's your beef? Or, for the vegans, what's your beef? Don't do it. Okay, she's not killing him. Just breaking backs, fair enough. It's like Squint and you got the Matrix, aren't you? Not even drawing her a saber.
Who trained you?
Yeah, she's got some skills. That was smooth. Dude, chill. I love how it's opening already with, okay, this is the vibe we're going for, you know? It's been kind of marketed as lots of Jedi, right? We're going back 100 years. This is the golden era of the Jedi. And immediately, brilliant, right? The show showing you that. Getting you in, getting you invested into that. It's nice seeing Jedi like this, you know, who are actually, they actually feel like a peacekeeper. Again, going back to the prequels, this is why I'm so excited for this show, because obviously this isn't in the prequels time, but it's closer, right? The prequels that we saw came from this, you know? There are going to be, I feel like, similarities anyway, which I'm really hyped for because I grew up on the prequels. I love, you know, the prequels. And obviously those films were very specific things, and two of them were in a war. So the Jedi shaped and warped, and obviously we were going towards the Empire and everything, right? But it's like in the height of the Jedi, we can actually see, you know, them in their roles more firmly as peacekeepers. It's just nice. It's just cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. That's all I gotta say. Oh, landed a blow. Take out. Bzz. Do you know what I mean? Don't, but I want to see it. I mean, she's a master, right? Master Indara.
You.
I wonder if whatever faction this is, you know, this young person here, maybe, because I know there's been this big debate leading up to this show of like how you can't, you know, you can't show the Sith, you can't blah, 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 we'd have known about it or whatever, right? Or lines from the prequels and things like that. I wonder if, I don't know, whatever's going to happen, whatever faction these guys are, I wonder if like the Jedi quash it a little bit, keep it secret.
I'm here to kill you.
Really? I mean, bold, right? There we go. Yes.
A Jedi doesn't pull her weapon unless prepared to kill.
Very specific knowledge. I suppose she probably knows more than the average person, though. Seems to be some history. Don't focus. Yeah. Damn. And the thing that got her was that she was trying to protect the guy. I love that. Very Jedi-like, very peacekeeper-like. Yeah, and also you got to imagine, right, again, prequels, they were warriors bred in war, eventually, right? Lightsaber combat maybe isn't up to the same scratch as it was in the prequels. Because I was tempted to be like, wow, she should have seen that coming, right? But how much are these Jedi actually fighting? We saw, you know, the example, right? That Indara did everything she could to avoid a fight. I imagine they're all like that. Okay, you've got a heart. Flashback. Was she in the temple at a certain point?
Good morning, Pip.
Obligatory droid.
Whoa, inside voices.
Thank you.
It feels like a flashback because she seems, her demeanor's different. More carefree, more joyful, casual. Yeah. This is a flashback, right?
On the wicked rest, they just don't.
Oh, yeah, Trade Federation, Nemoidians, you know, very hearkening to the prequels. I love that. I love that the prequels are getting a bit of love.
Mechnics are on it.
Their grease grubbers are disposable.
Dude. Oh well, what did I expect?
The emitter duct isn't connected to the field projector.
Yep, I see it.
I love this. Something you don't typically think about, right? Again, going back to, you know, the movies, the TV that we've got, you don't tend to see, you know, main characters focusing on the little jobs, right? The shield generator's not working and the, you know, engineer's going to fix it. I like that they've focused on this little detail because, like, these little things fill out the world, you know? It makes the world feel more real. It makes it feel lived in. I like that. The episode doing a really good job in establishing stuff, establishing the world again. I know we're all, you know, genuinely familiar with Star Wars nowadays anyway, but I think that's always important for a new thing, especially to establish your tone and on what you're going for. And I think that first scene with Master Indara did a lot to establish, okay, this is what the Jedi are like in this galaxy. They're the same, but different. Do you know what I mean? They're familiar, but okay, this isn't quite the same as the prequels, right? And it's certainly separate from the sparseness of the Jedi that we have, obviously, in the originals and the sequels as well, right? And in the same way, this here, it's really cleverly written in the sense that, like I say, it's familiar, but it's different. It's Nemoidians, it's a spaceship, shield generators, all very familiar things, but a job that we've never seen anyone really in Star Wars, to my knowledge, my recollection, do or done, right? I don't know if you'd have asked me before this, it's like, oh, they just sent a droid out to that, right? Very distinct tone is what I'm getting at to the show so far. I mean, you know, look, really good, 9 minutes in, it's what you want to be doing, right? Use the Force, Luke. I don't know that this is a flashback, mate. Have we just moved on a bit? Fire. Interesting. Triggering trauma. How very Anakin of you.
Jedi?
Are we seeing her recruitment? Ooh. A very nice outfit.
My name is Yord Fandar, Knight of the Jedi Order, and this is my...
Yes, it is.
Siloa.
Oh, I love the...
Looking for a former Jedi by the name of Osha Anaseya.
Former Jedi. So no, it is after Indara.
Why would we have mechnics here? Only droids may perform outer ship repair.
Right, okay.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I like how he's got the popular hairstyle that so often gets used in media. And by like, I mean, oh god, they've done it again.
You finally passed your trials.
Ooh.
What's going on, Yord?
Wait a minute, this is a different person. Sorry, because I was confused about the timelines and I said this felt like a different person, so I said flashback, but it's not. They're obviously looking for her, but this isn't the same one we saw in that first scene, is it? I'm getting. There's two of them. Does she have a twin?
So how long have you been a mechanic?
Since I left the Order, so 6 years.
Why did you leave, huh? Intrigue, right? Again, we're 13 minutes in and it's what you gotta do. New show, it doesn't matter if it's a Star Wars show or not, you gotta intrigue the audience, you gotta grab them in, get them asking questions. Lots of questions about her. Not just about, I don't know, the possible twinness thing going on, but also this version of her. Why'd you leave? The trauma, the fire, right? Also, it's investing me.
A major concern about admitting you to the Order was your age.
Oh, is she older?
The fact that you were mourning.
Ah.
You lost your entire family.
Oh, God.
Sister. Your village all died in the fire.
Fire. Okay.
Attachments to those we have lost are the most difficult to let go. Master Indara.
Yeah, so it's not this one.
Your description.
Interesting. A mystery. More intrigue.
Master Indara advised the Jedi Council to discontinue your training with...
Leaving the Jedi, but it was my decision.
Was it? I don't know, considering what he just said. Maybe it was, but if they were going to let you go anyway.
You really think I'm capable of overpowering a Jedi Master?
That is a big feat, yeah.
That's her!
Oh, this is very spicy. I love it.
Prison transport will take you back to Coruscant.
Okay, brilliant. Establishing first 15 minutes, setting the scene. We got a plot, we got some characters that we know her we're invested in. Let's go, eh? Brilliant start technically, like a really well written beginning. Oh, baby. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. I'm so hyped.
Connect to the Force.
There we go. Squid Game! Sorry, I love him. I just gotta say.
It's stillness. It's uncertainty.
Oh, he sounds great. Sorry, I know that he learned English for this role. So impressive, dude. I love that there's plenty of aliens, you know?
I see fire.
All right, Ed.
I'm the fortunate one to be taught by them.
Oh, I love him.
I remember when you were that small.
Oh, really? So you're older, okay.
You and Master Indara were friends.
Sucks to be you, man.
An old Padawan of yours, Osha Anasea.
Okay.
I see I have underestimated your attachment to her.
Lots of mention of attachment, isn't there, so far?
If it were to become public that a former Jedi killed one of our own.
Our political enemies.
This line is so interesting to me. The Jedi are actively maintaining a public image. There's mention of political enemies. The Jedi are secretive out of necessity. The show is planting the seed in this line for them to later cover up whatever might happen in the show. Yeah, I love that they're really establishing the themes of Jedi equals peacekeeper, Jedi, the danger of attachments as well. We had it mentioned that when Osha joined the Jedi, she lost her family and, you know, it's difficult coming into the Order with that level of attachment. That's the hardest to let go. Then we've got the attachment here. Yeah, it makes me feel that they're going to be dealing with a lot of that, right? Which is so interesting. It's nice as well because I think, you know, going back to the prequels and attachment, right? And it is such a big part of Star Wars. It's why it exists. It's why Anakin turned. But I do feel like, at least in the public perception of Star Wars, when you think of, okay, attachment, dangers of, you think Anakin, which is kind of unfair, you know? I mean, you know, watching the Clone Wars, it's interesting because you see Obi-Wan go through a little bit of that with Satine, right? But it's nice to explore this idea in more depth, right? It's a little bit more wide-ranging as well. It's a bit more general. It's such a big theme. It's such a big facet of the identity of Star Wars, of the Jedi, you know, this element of attachment and the struggle of it. I love that it's such a big part of this show so far. And I feel like because they're mentioning it in the way that they are, it's going to be a little bit of a focus, something we're going to deal with, which interests me.
It's a parasite used to subdue violent criminals.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Is it hurting him?
No way, he's having a great time.
Weird stuff to your brain.
Oh, yeah?
We're planning an escape.
An escape to where?
I mean, give him a second. I kind of want to see it.
We're gonna take him out and use the escape pods.
Okay, I have faith in the Jedi.
Oh, dear.
Enjoy prison.
It's really cool that they're just chairs. Oh. Okay. This feels intimate. Hey, do you know what? You gotta give it to him. Good plan. Wow, such bad security, huh? There we go. Damn. It's alright, we'll get there. That's a cool droid. Whoa. Okay. Casual decapitation, we like it. Yeah, but mate, why did he have a brain thing on him and the rest of you didn't? Do you know what I mean? He feels a little bit more dangerous. Having said that though, she's a Jedi killer. And she didn't have one, do you know what I mean? So, that is hell fuel. Understandable. Oh no. Was that the last one? That's rough, buddy. Oh, little pouch. Okay, no, we're just crash landing. Alrighty.
Why do you keep old hollows of your former Padawan? This pastime encourages sentimentality and nostalgia.
Alright, jeez, nerd.
Our memories are lessons.
Aha, good, come back.
If we don't meditate on the past,
We're doomed to repeat it.
Finessed. Do we buy it? I don't know. I really like what this small exchange does in that it promotes this idea of young people questioning their elders. And she does it respectfully as well. It's not insolence as much as I joke about it. It's respectful inquiry. As much as Saul has a point here, I wonder how much he's using his rhetoric to cover up that he actually does still hold attachment to Osha in a way that the Jedi would disapprove of. This kind of thing is in line with this questioning of the status quo we see a little later. It's important when we see it to question and understand something if someone in power seems to contradict what they teach. But then Sol's comeback demonstrates how having a ready answer can waylay any valid critique. It shows how easily societies get so stuck in their ways and how this can breed harm. Time will tell as to the answer to this exchange. It's hard to say at this point how honest Sol is truly being. Perhaps he's even lying to himself here, and part of his journey will be uncovering that. Something he has to discover himself, and how dangerous that can be. To be absolutely clear about the danger I'm talking about, by the way, I'm talking about cases like Anakin's. How attachment can warp a Jedi, a good person, to someplace darker. Perhaps Sol is going to delve somewhere into that space. The questioning the status quo I'm referencing is more allegorical, and will be something I expand on in episode 2.
It wasn't our idea.
Really?
Was the Jedi killer?
Immediately captured. Okay, that's less impressive.
Not among the survivors.
That's not on her.
The Jedi killer is evil.
What?
I sensed her darkness.
Really, that was why.
Quiet your mind.
She helped me.
Yeah, and Osha, sorry, feels like a little bit like Ahsoka and her journey, and the fact that, you know, she was part of the Jedi at a very young age, wasn't really there for very long, became perhaps estranged towards them, you know, for various reasons. It feels like there's some beef, some drama, right, between Osha and the Jedi. You know, this kind of contention of, no, I left myself, no, they let you go, you were expelled, or whatever. You know, we don't quite know. It's a little bit, yeah, back and forth. She feels very like Ahsoka, you know. I feel like it's really good in that the show has picked up themes that are familiar to Star Wars fans and linking them subtly, these characters as well, to people that we kind of know. We've got the topic of attachment, which is very focal to Star Wars. You know, we have very, like I say, familiar elements that I think are so familiar that you feel warm and at home, while also being different, and different enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, Osha doesn't feel like Ahsoka necessarily. It's a very different character, it's a very separate character, but there are hints of familiarity there because of that. And it makes me, because I like Ahsoka, it makes me feel warmer towards Osha as well. There's quite a lot of subtle stuff going on that they're kind of weaving into the storytelling that I think is designed to get anyone watching to link it to the things that they like already in Star Wars. While again, because you can do that and not achieve it in a way of, like, I drill back to A New Hope compared with The Force Awakens. That's a more obvious example of what I'm talking about, of they essentially did the same story. They were trying to go for, okay, we're going to make this story familiar, we're going to kind of essentially repeat. It's going to be different, but it's going to be the same. And I think with those, for example, and I know it's a common criticism, is that I think The Force Awakens erred too much on the side of too much the same. Whereas this, I think so far, is drawing the line a little bit better. It's familiar, but it's different enough. Like, it's more different than it is familiar, I think, as well. It's a better ratio of familiar versus different than something like The Force Awakens was when you compare it to A New Hope.
And bring Osha in myself.
Osha, sorry. Oh, okay. Hi, hello. Oh no, thank you.
It's not what I would have planned for your first mission.
Okay. First mission.
What's wrong with Yod?
Nothing. No, he's Yod.
Oh, I like the gauntlets.
I will redeem myself.
Yod, put your clothes on.
Why were you... Anyone could walk in. Why were you shirtless? What was going on there, mate? Really? We're just following... Okay. Rest in pieces. Oh, I see. We got a Force vision. The Force directing events, perhaps.
Hello, Osha.
Me?
Oh, sister.
Hello, sister.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, so she's not dead. Because yes, Yord talked about her sister and mother's dying. Did Sol and Indara leave? Like, could they have saved them and for some reason they didn't or something? Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out the drama. You know, the beef.
May, is it really you?
Yeah, I'm so curious who trained the sister then.
I will kill them all.
Really? Okay. Alright. Also quick, right? The pacing. You know, it's not left it long to confirm what you kind of already suspect, right? And it's like, right, yep, we've done that. Now we move forward with it. Oh, baby. Transition me. Do you know what I mean?
I was posted on her home planet, Brandok, when her sister started a fire.
Oh, it was the sister.
She had a sister.
She had a twin.
Right, we're doing that.
I didn't know Osha was a twin.
Kind of feels like relevant information that you could have mentioned.
Do you think that...
No, May is dead.
Right.
I saw her die.
Huh. Intriguing. What's going on, mate? I feel like he's got a secret, you know? What? It's staring into my soul.
There's no way she could have survived this.
Clearly someone's been here, Yord.
Yeah, Yord. It's like the actual derision that this Padawan has for Yord is kind of insane, but it's really funny. Yellow!
Stop! In the name of the Republic and the Jedi Order! Horse out!
I do kind of get it. Yord's a little bit pompous, isn't he? Like, bless his heart.
Horse out!
Dude. Yeah, a really good start. Really good start to establish things. I'm very curious about episode 2.
May is alive.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Huh. Yeah, just that interaction there shows their relationship and how close their bond is. You know, he was talking on the ship of like, no, I saw May die. She's dead. Immediately believes her because she says it. And I don't think, you know, he's a Jedi. They have a strict way of doing things, unless he's a little bit dodgy in some way. Because obviously, the natural maybe assumption is that he's saying, I believe he's lying, right? And my brain goes, no, he's a Jedi. He wouldn't do that unless he's a little dodgy. We'll see. It will be an interesting twist because it's like there's not necessarily any reason to think that. He's been presented as a very cookie cutter good Jedi, you know? I don't know though. I'm a little suspicious.
The Jedi live in a dream.
Do they?
Dream they believe everyone shares.
Interesting. We're coming for the Jedi's
Attack a Jedi with a weapon.
Ideology. Interesting voice.
But an acolyte kills without a weapon. An acolyte kills the dream.
Okay. Very interesting. Whoa, like what a quick ending. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, obviously it's meant to, right? It's meant to have you curious at the end there. It's like, who is this? Who is it? Are they a Sith? Are they not? Intriguing. What a great opening episode. I'm not going to repeat myself. I think it established things very well. I think they're striking a really good balance of familiar but different. Great themes to focus on. Attachment, you know. We've got obviously the twin thing, which is tropey, but I think it works. It's intriguing enough that the trope doesn't really matter. I think it's a solid opening episode. Like I said, I want to see in episode 2 them kind of pick it up a little bit and start to answer some of these things, right? Like really just keep the pace going. I don't want a slow second episode. This is a good platform to leap on to the next episode with, and I want the next episode to be like, whoosh, let's go. Do you know what I mean? Like, get me in, right? You've got my attention now, do more with that. But let's not waste time. Let's just go straight into it. That was Lost Found. And let's go into Revenge Justice.
She had a sister.
She had a twin.
Yeah, I'd find it so interesting if Saul was compromised some way as a Jedi, like his morality a little bit, or he'd done something, you know? It'd be really interesting. I think the picture of the Jedi that we've got so far is very perfect, you know? They're very much the role models, the peacekeepers, you know? These are the best of the Jedi, the golden era of Jedi, right? And so it would be really interesting to question that and to shake that up a little bit. And actually, Saul, I think, is a really good candidate for the person that might take the form of. Oh, really? She's going again. I like the design of this temple. It almost reminds me of Korriban. If anyone's ever played the Knights of the Old Republic games, kind of similar in design to that, and inside the temple. Okay. You alright, mate?
Master Torben.
Is that a fake beard? Oh. Bit of a challenge. So unconcerned. Oh. Snacky.
I thought that only our 2 droids did the outer ship work.
Well, any astromech can do the job, but I'm better company than a droid.
I believe she can help.
Pusha is not.
The Jedi agree with me.
Get wrecked, Yord.
Chimere?
Do you know what? What a cool role for her, by the way. She's nailing it as well, actually, because it is seamless when we go back and forth. I do feel like, you know, in the first episode, I talked about it being, I thought it was a flashback because her entire demeanor changed. Her body language changed, her voice changed, her tone changed. Like, they're 2 very distinct performances. I really like that. It's impressive. She's great. Like, every time she's on screen as May, it feels like May.
Oh, I took it off the guy who owns this place. I'm blending in.
Wow, okay.
Find his weakness.
He doesn't have one.
Everyone.
Yeah, what is this order? This secret order? What is the ultimate goal?
And if you think a sleeping monk is tough, good luck defeating a Wookiee.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I will kill one of them without a weapon and please the master.
Really? That's the test. Okay, you've got to do it without a weapon. I like it. We're peeling back the layers a little bit on this intrigue, this kind of most interesting facet of the show so far, the mystery of the show so far. Who are the acolytes? Who is the master? Peeling back the layers, good. You know, I didn't want a stagnant episode. I didn't want them to have episode 1, start it all, and then stall a little bit, you know. They haven't. They've kept going. More, you know, more!
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance
in
the name of peace.
Interesting.
Peace
is a lie, I know.
Okay, I'll hear you out.
Like every Jedi, he only thinks he's found peace.
Okay. I mean, it's true, right? If you have a certain level of peace, or at least it feels that way, no one necessarily wants to improve anything, right? I think that sort of thing is very relatable to the real world, right? I would say typically here in the UK, we have peace. Everyone does their job. They go to work, they come home, there's recreation, you know, you go out at the weekend, blah, 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 blah. You play your video games, you read your books, you go to museums, you know, play your sports. It's fine, you've got peace. And so a lot of this country, for example, I've talked about it in other videos, are very apathetic. People are so comfortable in a certain level of peace that when there are actual issues, which, you know, this country has so many issues. We've got a cost of living crisis. We have a housing crisis, you know. We're inhumanely turning away refugees. We're sending people off to, or at least attempting to send them off to Rwanda. We're helping arm Israel and fund the genocide in Gaza. All of these horrible things that are affecting people in this country and outside of this country. Things that aren't okay. But in the country, day to day itself, people are happy, more or less, right? The average person, the general population, happy, peaceable. I have people in my family that they're like, oh, it's bad, but they don't really care. And unfortunately, that's a lot of the population. And so, sorry, I can understand how there would be a faction that is commenting against peace, because when there is a certain level of peace, hand in hand with that comes apathy and issues that perhaps need to get solved don't, maybe not even in the way that they should be. And now I'm kind of applying this logic to the show. It's like, okay, well, how useful are the Jedi? We haven't seen a lot of them. Do you know what I mean? That intrigue's still there in regards to them. What is their general function in the galaxy? I mean, we saw Indara at the beginning, she was in a bar, she was sat at a table. There are these Jedi temples everywhere. What are they actually fulfilling? What is their role necessarily? I know they're peacekeepers, right? But what does that mean? What does that translate to? We have obviously Sol and, you know, this reference back to May and Osha's childhood, and he was on, was it Brekka? And things didn't go to plan, and Osha's family died. My point being, Sol failed. So it's like, what are you doing? Did your peacekeeping ways mean that you failed to save lives? Do you know what I mean? I can see perhaps that being an angle to come at Sol for. Maybe that's what he's guilty of. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's peace to the detriment of all else. Even if you can save someone, if it means not being peaceable, they can't do it. Do you know what I mean? It's an interesting topical conversation, which intrigues me more about it. These acolytes and what their goal is, what they're here for, what they're trying to do, what they stand for. And it's somewhat relatable if they go that way.
It wouldn't bode well if you told him about this.
Also interesting, the topic of attachment. And I feel at some point, obviously, we're going to get May and Osha meet, and I wonder whether that attachment is going to stop May.
Even though we saw her.
You both saw her, okay.
I wanted to save you both.
Right, it was a choice that you made.
And I have made peace with what happened on Brandok.
Brandok, my bad.
And I wasn't a very good student.
Perhaps I wasn't a very good teacher.
Good on you for admitting that. Wow. Oh, we gotta be catching her, yeah?
I know why you took the Barrage phone.
She had a hood on, but it was her.
Or receive the forgiveness you seek.
Okay, hello, sir.
I've been waiting for you, May.
Oh, okay.
Forgive me.
Oh, really? The guilt is eating you up.
We thought we were doing the right thing.
What did you do? Yeah, there's something. Wow, just took it. There's definitely something we don't know about all this, isn't there? There we go. You know, she's got, what, 2 more Jedi to kill after this. It's like, okay, how many Jedi? Because to our knowledge, Indara and Sol were the ones that were on, I forgot the name again. Brandok? We'll get it eventually. But this implies there was more. Do you recognize it? We gotta be building up towards a lightsaber fight between the twins, right? It would be a wasted opportunity not to do that.
Step away from the body.
Buddy.
I know what this looks like, but I can explain.
Do not move.
Oh, this is sus, innit? Oh, man.
Maybe start explaining.
She didn't do it.
My sights were on her the entire time.
Nice, Yord. Nice, good. Okay. I was like, please don't do...
This master was dead when we arrived.
Thank you.
Thank you. I suddenly love him. He's great. Sorry, because I love how they like subverted expectations, because you think they're going to do the tropey thing of like, you know, it's kind of an eye roll moment. It's like, really, we're doing this? Because it's like, we know she didn't do it and they've got to find out, and then we're just going to get to a place where they find out that she didn't do it, but how long are they going to take to do that? And that's like, it's a really boring idea. And I like that they just were like, no, we're not doing that. No, stop it. Stop it.
This is Bunta from my home planet.
Yeah, okay then.
Bunta is a poison. My sister and I were taught to use it in hunting. If it's distilled, its effects don't last very long, so it had to have come from nearby.
Yeah, just that, the Bunta thing and those little details. They're filling out the world, right? I do feel like sometimes there's this impression that people writing fantasy or sci-fi don't understand all the time of, oh, it's fine, we'll just spend more money, we'll make it look great. And don't get me wrong, that's important, and the show looks great, it does. I really like it from that perspective too. But sometimes a fantasy world can feel empty, right? A fantasy universe can feel empty because it's not filled with details. You don't know how things work, you don't know how the worlds work, the world works, right? And when you put in little details like we're getting in these episodes, you know, you go back to episode 1 and on the ship and they're going outside and they're fixing it, they're the mech necks or whatever, you know, then you get that tiny, small explanation about the poison. A small thing, right? You throw it away, throwaway line. But it's details like that, little things like that that make it feel real, make it feel lived in, and gives credence to this fantasy world, right? We all know it's not real, but it's things like that that get you invested and make you think and feel, you know, it's this illusion of it being real that's so much better than if you don't have that in your, you know, fantasy sci-fi show.
Any suggestions?
We secure the perimeter. Jackie stays on lookout, and I will confront this imposter.
Or we skip that, and she just talks to him.
I love the vying, the different personalities of these two, and that Soul is using it as a teaching moment, teaching experience, which is really cool, you know, very Jedi-like. But I like that they're very different and they have very different ways of wanting to do things, you know. She offsets Yord really well.
If he's May's accomplice, we can send her in. She can talk to him.
Yeah.
We can record and monitor the conversation. That way, we have a lead on May, plus we also get a confession from him.
Beautiful.
I'm in.
Yep. It's all right, mate, next time.
We'll follow your plan, Padawan. It's a good one.
It is. Sorry, Yord.
Giving a civilian a weapon violates 13 precepts.
Ocean knows how to use one of these.
It's just a little bit uptight as Yord, isn't he? But he's good, he's fine. I think it was really important to actually have that moment where he's like, no, I was following her, she didn't do it, it's fine. Because that really, like in me, I think without that moment, he does become quite stuffy and annoying. And what's the young Padawan called? I think because she's so quirky and humorous, she's funny, I like her a lot. And I think because she's kind of arrayed against Yord, it arrays you as the audience against Yord a lot, right? That's kind of what the characterization of the Padawan does in your manipulating the audience in regard to Yord and how they make you feel about Yord as a result of that. And I think it was really integral to have Yord come in and be like, no, you know what I mean? That moment in the temple where he set things right, small as that was, and that made me really like him. And I think it needed that, because otherwise all you're left with is Yord, you know?
Hi. Did the poison work?
That's it. That's all we need.
Let's pull her out.
Wait!
You're acting so strange.
Wait. He's gonna work it out.
You killed Torben without the poison. He will be so pleased.
Ah, brilliant. Go. Yes, Soul. Awesome.
No, I used it. Just wanted to thank you.
Okay, yeah, now he's sus.
You look exactly like her.
Yeah. Be chill.
Whoa, wait.
Back away.
If you cooperate, we will consider letting you go with a warning.
I feel like we shouldn't underestimate this guy, you know.
Don't do the memory wipe thing, or I'm just her supplier.
Yeah, no, sorry. He's more involved than he's letting on because he knows about the master.
Who is he?
I thought he was with you.
That's such a silly joke. I love it.
All I know is that she wants revenge on 4 Jedi.
Okay, we are getting some answers.
Jackie, get to the ship.
Jackie, gotcha. Locked in.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Do you? Yeah. Sorry. Star Wars!
I will confront her.
Bad idea.
I must face her alone.
Good. Oh, don't die, dude.
She killed my family. She destroyed my life.
Ah, was she turning a little to the dark side? Is that why she was about to maybe get pushed out of the order?
Justice.
You want revenge. Look what revenge has done to your sister. I couldn't save her when you were children. Let me try now.
Oh, bless him. Really well-delivered line too. You can tell that it means a lot to him. He really wants to right that mistake. You saw it in the way he delivered it.
She wants to kill 4 Jedi stationed on Brendok 16 years ago.
Yeah, why 4? Exactly my question.
Indara, Torben, Kelnaka, and you.
Okay, right.
She wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Have faith in me.
I don't.
And have faith in me.
I do. I'm a little bit scared for you though, mate. I didn't think Matrix Lady was going to die, honestly, so soon. And do you know what? I didn't really comment on that, to be honest. I didn't know that she was going to go out so quick, right? Bit of a shame. But what that does is that it does give this impression that anyone can die. That's kind of why I'm feeling like he could die at this point, because of that. Because they hired What's-Her-Face for Indara, killed her, and they've made May a very accomplished killer of Jedi, right? It adds stakes to the show.
Hey!
Hello, I'm very interested in this. May seems more affected by him than the others.
You attack me without a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's very difficult to kill a Jedi without a weapon. Ooh, keeps going for him, doesn't she? Whoa, hello. Yeah. I really don't want Sol to die, man. Yeah, I like the combat, you know. I like that they're building up as well. We're not getting lightsaber fights right now. We're getting these kind of more martial artsy fights. We're kind of building up, teasing that kind of thing, right? Because you know they're going to have some lightsaber fights later down the line, right? We ended episode 1 with the red lightsaber coming out. That's going to be coming. But I like the gradual build up of it. Really characterful, because what they do in the way that they've choreographed them is show the domination of the Jedi when they do get into a fight, right? I know that Indara obviously died, but that wasn't particularly down to her fighting form. It was down to her wanting to save the barman, right?
You have misunderstood the Jedi arts. Your master has failed you. Who trained you?
That is the question. You know, they've got a bit of a trick to do to make the reveal of the master make an impression, because it's 100 years before anything. It's like, who's it going to be, right? It's kind of predicated on this thing of, okay, we've got to really surprise and satisfy the audience with this reveal. It's in a time where a lot of the audience, I feel like, don't really know any of these characters. They're all new, right? Apart from perhaps Yoda. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do with that, and if when we get there, it delivers in the way that I want it to. It's going to be really hard to do it. And they're going to have to set it up in the show, I think, which I haven't seen a lot of so far, right? So it makes me feel as if we're not going to find out in this episode, at least, maybe not for the next couple.
Sol is trying to find out who trained May.
I'll turn on his comms.
I like how cool they all are. I like this little trio, this team.
I see your master has taken great pains to hide his identity.
Oh, really? Okay.
From you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you don't even know who he is, how the loyalty? Why the loyalty?
My sister is dead!
Osha is alive.
Wait, what?
He speaks the truth.
You think Osha's dead? Why? Did the master tell you that? I hope Yord's not messing about, is he?
In the name of the Galactic Center,
You are under arrest.
I don't know, man. I think you're caught. No. Don't do... Oh, she's going to take his lightsaber. He's so quick to use it, isn't he, as well? I've noticed. Yord. Buddy? Did she take it? Damn. Come on. Oh, yeah. Shocker. Come on. Hello.
Oshi?
Oh. Oh, yeah. She's not going to be able to? I don't know, man. If you do it, you get to talk to her. I'm just saying. Come on. Oh, man. All right. Oh, he knows.
I have convened a small council to discuss next steps.
We don't have time.
We don't make decisions like this without meaningful discussion, Sol.
Perhaps some of the issue that people have with the Jedi. They don't act. They're always talking. And then before they get to a decision, the thing happens and, you know what I mean? Not a great system. Ooh.
You found Kelnaka?
Ah, damn.
Oh, she's alive.
How does she not know that? That's what I don't get. There's something fishy there. Oh, that's cool. Show me the Wookiee Jedi, please. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is Star Wars. Beautiful. I love that they teased the Wookiee Jedi at the end. I needed that, I did. There we have it. Do you know what? A really good openers. Yeah, I think, at least for me, I think together, solid 7.5 out of 10. I think really well established. Again, I think the transition from the first episode into the second episode and the second episode, keeping the pace going, it wasn't too stagnant, right? Stuff was still happening. We were still peeling back layers. We were still finding out stuff, right? We've got the second episode and it's good. I think there's 8 episodes coming out in total. So you've got to kind of move quick, right? And I think to have May and Osha see each other, you know, if not have a conversation, meet in this episode is really good, right? To get to that quicker and then we can get to the stuff later down the line. I really don't want the Wookiee to die. I will be honest with you. I got to level with you. I can't. No, we're not doing that. We aren't. We're not. But a really intriguing story at its heart, right? This mystery as well of the master. Who is it? And I think they've got a bit of a job on their hands to sell that reveal, if I'm completely honest, like I say, for the reasons that I said. So I'm very interested to see what they do with that. It's a really good start. I'm interested to see how, you know, the entire show pans out and whether what we've set up really pays off, right? This mystery. I think good stakes, good foundations for a good story. I think they've seeded the relationship and the past, the trauma, you know, whatever happened truly on Brendok, right? It's like, okay, I don't feel like we know everything that happened there. I think we're getting a lot of questions naturally that we want to ask as the audience. It's teasing it out well, right? And it's emotionally investing you in the characters really well too. And I think the combat's good. The characterizations that you see in the combat, right, of the Jedi, really good. Yeah, a solid start, a genuinely solid start. I'm really, really happy. But that's the video. If you enjoyed this and want to see me continue watching The Acolyte, please do subscribe down below. You'll catch every video that I do on it. I also cover a slew of other shows if you're interested. I'm currently covering The Good Place, Better Call Saul, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the new series of Doctor Who currently as well. If you'd like to support me, links in the description down below. I've got early access to all my videos. Thank you to those genuinely who do support me. Just thank you. Please do consider watching either of these videos right here to keep the hype train going, mate. But that's it from me. I hope you're well. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.